Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the Oneill Gooru boots and gloves for fall 2012 into winter 2012 and winter 2013. These gloves are a bit of a step forward in technology. It's new technology basically which has allowed the manufacturer to go through, or the item to go through the dipping process. Basically what that is you take a standard neoprene wetsuit glove or boot and then you dip it in liquid rubber and it completely seals the boot. So basically there is no way any water can get in through any of the seams. So it's something a bit different because it works differently. Obviously with the standard neoprene, that's absorbent to the water, and then it uses that water to basically insulate you, or insulate your feet and your hands. Great in theory, but obviously over time, as the water gets colder in the glove, so your hands get colder, and eventually you've got to get out of the water because your hands and your feet are too cold, especially in the winter months. This is something completely different. Basically, the dipping process here completely seals the boot and the glove. So effectively, it's like a marigold, and it won't let any water into the boot or into the glove. So the idea of that being is that you're going to keep your hands a lot warmer, like a dry suit basically. It's you don't have the complication of the water going up against your skin and eventually getting colder. You've basically just got no water in the boot or the glove, meaning your feet and your hands are lighter and warmer, basically, and more flexible, because you can drop a bit of the thickness on the glove and the boot without losing warmth. Not a huge amount of variation within this sort of technology at the moment. At the moment you're getting the 3mm Gooru glove and the 3mm Gooru boot. In terms of the construction of the boot and glove, this has to be kept quite simple. Basically what they do with the stitching is they use the glue and blind stitch process. So you can see on the inside you've got stitching halfway through the neoprene. That keeps the seal on the other side flat, which will allow the liquid rubber to take to the glove a bit better. Nice flexible neoprene, they're obviously using the best neoprene underneath this, with the jersey there as well, nice and soft. But on the outside the glove is kept very simple, so it's basically dipped and then that rubber will take to it. So you haven't got anything crazy like you normally have with, say, like the thermal liner or anything like that, because you don't need it. It's purely just sealed, good quality neoprene, and that should keep you really warm, keep lots of feel in the glove, and make sure that you don't get cold hands. You get a little bit of that sort of liquid tape on the inside, just create a better seal with your wrist. But as you pop it on, it's quite a strange sensation when you're actually in the water. It really sucks to your hand, and because there's no air coming in as well, it creates like a vacuum on your hand and your feet, really sucks to it, and it doesn't really let any water in through the cuff, especially if you've got a good join with your wetsuit, and your hand stays completely dry and a lot lighter because of that, so that is definitely a bonus. In terms of the boot, it's a very similar process. Something that's only really been happening recently, because before it's been too hard to actually get the rubber to take to the boot. But with all the sort of advancement in terms of stitching and everything, you've got the stitching halfway through and it's flat on the other side. That's allowed them to get this sort of refine this process and get it bang on. So quite a simple boot. You haven't got any of the Velcro strap or anything because you don't need that. With the air, that suction effect creates this sucks to your ankle, so you don't need to tighten it with the Velcro. You don't need thermal lining, keeps the boot lighter and allows the rubber to take to the boot better. They've gone with a split toe because as this boot is all about feel, and basically, you know, the feel of the board under your feet and everything like that, then we don't want to lose any of that and make the boot too heavy by adding thermal lining. And also you shouldn't really need it if your foot is completely dry anyway. So this can actually be used through summer and into winter as well, depending on your tolerance for the cold. It's a bit cold. We haven't actually had a chance to try it out at the Wetsuit Centre yet, because obviously we're still in summer, but looking forward to giving it a go. Feels great when it is in the water at the moment. You've got the standard foxing on the bottom of the boot, make it nice and robust. But basically the longevity of the boots and gloves here should be really good as well, because there's the normal things that fail on gloves and boots and that kind of thing is always the stitching. Obviously you haven't really got any of that with this, you've just got liquid rubber. So as long as you look after them and rinse them, everything should last you a long time as well. So basically, you're going to see a lot of these about, the sort of dipping technology. Hopefully will get more and more popular and cheaper as time goes on. But for now, it's definitely an interesting item and something we're looking forward to trying out. But for now, it's the Oneill Gooru boots and gloves for fall 2012.